Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Shri Radhe. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोदर्शता अभय चरणारविंद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा माधव की श्री श्री गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की श्री मायापुर धाम की श्री सिमाचलम धाम की श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकैर् ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं शं नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Before I begin, I would like to welcome everyone for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. And as I see, there are more senior devotees, elder to me, I mean, which can be with age, with knowledge, with intelligence. I can see they are more senior to me. So if I make any mistakes, I would ask them to forgive me. And if something good, then we can inspire each other to grow in our spiritual journey. So today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, which is, the name is The Creation of the Fourth Order. And we are into 19th chapter, that is King Pruthu's 100 horse sacrifices. And we are into Shlok 24 and 25, right? Yeah. So, you can all repeat after me. Evam Indre Harati Sham Vainya Yajna Jidnyasam Tad Grahita Vishrestu Pakhandeshu Matir Nrinam Evam Indre Haritya Avasham Vainya Yajna Jigyam Yasya Tadgrihata Vistreshu Pakhandeshu Matindrinam Evam Indra Haritya Avasham Vainya Yajna Jigyamsya Tadgrihate Vistreshu Pakhandeshu Matirnrinam Evam Indra Haritya Avasham Vainya Jnana Yagya Jigyamyasya Tadgrihate Vistreshu Pakhandeshu Matinrinam. Anyone would like to repeat? Evam Indre Haritya Sham Tadhita Vistreshu Pakhandeshu matinrinam. Anybody else? Evam indre harityashvam. Tadgrihata vistreshu. Pakandeshu matimrinam. Matajis? Evam indre harityashvam. Vanya yajna jikansaya. Tadgriha vistreshu. Pakandeshu matinrinam. And also I will recite verse 25 because it is 24 and 25. So it is dharma iti upadharmeshu nagna rakta patadishu prayena sajjate bhriyantya phaleshu cha vagmishu. So we go for word to word translation now. Evam, thus, Indre, when the king of heaven, Harati, stole, Ashvam, the horse, Vainya, of the son of King Vena, Yajna, the sacrifice, Jigyamsyaya, with the desire to stop, Tat, by him, Grihita, accepted, Vistreshu, abundant, Pakhandeshu, towards the sinful dress, Mati, attraction, Nrinam, of the people in general, Dharmaha, system of religion, Iti, thus, Upadharmeshu, towards false religious systems, Nagna, naked, Raktapata, red-robed, Adishu, etc. Prayena, generally, Sajjate, is attracted, Bhranteya, foolishly, Phaleshu, expert, Cha, and, Vagmishu, eloquent. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. In this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Prithu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyas. Some sannyasis go naked, and sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name of Kapalika. These are simply symbolic representations of their sinful activities. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless atheists and very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious, and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, men in this age of Kali are short-lived, devoid of spiritual knowledge, and susceptible to accept false religious systems due to their unfortunate condition. Thus, they always remain mentally disturbed. The Vedic Shastras practically prohibit the adoption of sannyasa in the age of Kali because less intelligent men may accept the sannyasa order for cheating purposes. Actually, The only religion is the religion of surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We must serve the Lord in Krishna consciousness. All other systems of sannyasa and religion are actually not bona fide. In this age, they are simply passing for religious systems. This is most regrettable. So, as we are into the fourth canto and chapter 19, so I will just go through Prithu Maharaj's little bit of background. So, first of all, who is King Prithu? Actually, he is a son of King Vena. So, King Vena was the one who actually, I can say, who brought adharma in the kingdom, or there was some corruption. So, or chaos in the kingdom. So, many sages, not of many sages, but yeah, sages actually had a war with him and he was killed. But when he was killed, his body was churned and then Prithu Maharaj came out of his body. And then Prithu Maharaj is actually known as Saktyavesh avatar of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, Lord Vishnu we can say. And then now Prithu Maharaj is doing 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, wherein the horse is the most important symbol over here. So now this sacrifices, this Ashwamedh Yagya are made to, first of all, to increase the spirituality or to gain the spirituality in the kingdom and to establish the dharma. And now when he was doing 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, the demigod Indra, he got little bit envious because he was the only one who had did this 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas. Now he had this in the mind that, what if Prithu Maharaj does this 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, and if he does, he might take my position. He had envy with Prithu Maharaj that how come he can do this 100 Ashwamedh Yagyas, because I am the only one who has done this Ashwamedh Yagyas. And he was fearful, he was proud of himself, and he was envious because he didn't wanted to appreciate Prithu Maharaj doing this Ashwamedh Yagya. So he wanted to stop him. So he tried to stop Prithu Maharaj's sacrifice, the 100th sacrifice. On the 99, after 99 sacrifice, he stole Prithu Maharaj's horse. Now he came to steal the horse with the red robes, like a sannyasi he came, so that nobody can identify him. And that's why here in the purport Srila Prabhupada said that this sannyasa or sannyasi in this Kali Yuga can cheat, because we can see in this, we know the symptoms of Kali Yuga, and as well we can see from this example of Indra that he also cheated here by coming in the robes of sannyasa. And he came and he stole the horse so that the yagya can be stopped. So we can see here the envy can pollute the pious man, like Indra being a demigod, he doing this, stealing because of envy. And this envy also killed him. Like, he fall prey to envy. And then in this context, we can see that, Indra being great, having great power and responsibilities, and he living in the heavenly planets. But and he had higher, superior in enjoyment he had lot of enjoyment in the heavenly planets. But yet he was victim of the base emotion like envy. So how does envy come in one person? Like we all have this lust, anger, greed, envy in our heart. Then how does this envy appear actually? So this emotion arises when there is competition between, or we are envy about someone doing good or better than us. We are not able to appreciate it, but we think, oh, he's doing so many good things, he's better than me. So we start comparing ourselves with him, and then we get envious. um, and most of the times this envy leads to frustration, because we try to imitate someone, we try to copy someone, or we try to become more better than him. We are jealous of him. This envy makes us compare, first of all, and then it puts us in the competition. you know and then when we are in the competition, we start criticizing. So these three C's are which we need to work upon in our spiritual journey. So instead of comparing ourselves, and we can start appreciating, we can look good in others. And then when we start looking good in others, because everyone has something good and something bad will definitely be there, but as we are in this spiritual journey, we are here to clear these anarthas. And also we see or we sing Chaitanya Shishtashtakam, Sri Shishtashtakam in the morning, so wherein we say Cheto Darpana Marjana. So what is Cheto Darpana Marjana? Is cleaning our consciousness, cleaning our heart. And that cleaning of heart, nothing means we are trying to transform our lust into love, that is towards Krishna. And then we are trying to lust, anger, greed, whatever we have these anarthas in consciousness, in our heart, we are trying to transform them for surrendering into Krishna. But until and unless we do this, we won't be able to love Krishna. So envy is the one, as I said, it puts us into the comparison. So we start comparing, oh, he's better than me, maybe Shri Prahlad Narsimhadev Bhagwan ki. So we see, starting from the school, we see, oh, he got better marks than me. So we fell into the competition that I want to get more better than him in the marks. And then now, when we start comparing, we come into the competition now, that yes, next time I'll get more better marks than him in the school. And when we try with this jealousy, sometimes it's not our nature that we can study as he could study. So we can't study properly, but our mind has that jealousy that I want to achieve more marks, but my intelligence is not cooperating here, or my nature is not cooperating, so I cannot study. And then I cannot study, and I again fail to get good marks, and then that creates frustration. Now when there is frustration, there is anger. And now in anger, the person loses his intelligence, it is said. Kamat krodho bhi jayate. So buddhi vinash. So intelligence is gone. We speak what not. And later, when we are conscious, then we think, oh, I shouldn't have spoken this in anger. So what happens actually, when a person is fighting with the body, they are near only. They are not very far. But why is someone yelling at each other? Because their hearts are away. And now, or the minds are away. And the person, who is in anger, who is yelling, who is shouting, he wants to conquer someone's mind or heart and try to control it, or try to listen to me. But if I am mindly and heartily away from that person who is trying to convince me, I won't agree. And that's why it causes the clashes. But wherever here, if we see in our spiritual journey, we are exactly taught the opposite to behave. So first of all, we are being taught to see good in others, so that we don't fall in the comparison. And then there is no competition, because we cannot judge anyone who is more closer to Krishna. because we all know that external attire, rituals, the grand ceremonies are up to a certain extent they are good, but internally we having the service mood is more important. So here we don't have a competition, oh, who is serving more. So it's just we serving Krishna with only with love, and our love towards our Guru and the devotees around. And then there is no, and if there is no comparison, there won't be criticism, or there won't be competition, and there won't be criticism. And even if we have a competition, it's a healthy competition, like between the devotees, how much we can distribute the books if they go on Harinam. So that is a healthy competition, because book distribution is like most I can say most difficult, but it is easiest purification of one's ego, while we do on Harinam. So that competition is a healthy competition. And so if there is no competition, there is no criticism. So we can also see from the example of Indra and Vritrasur. So a demon, Vritrasur, he was in a form of demon, but he was actually a pure devotee. Wherein Indra was still afraid, he was afraid of himself, But later when Vritrasur told him, hey, you are a soul, and you have lot of knowledge. In spite having lot of knowledge, you are not able to fight. Why are you afraid? The weapon which you have, you should have a faith on him that it is given to you and it is going to kill me. Why are you still afraid of your body? Give it up. And he gives lecture to Indra, and then Indra finally attacks Vritrasur. We can also see from Bharat Maharaj's story that he had so much of knowledge. He was perfect in his spirituality. But at the end, he got attached to deer, and which, made him fall from his advanced realization stage, and he had to take birth again. So we have to learn to serve without keeping any ego, and be happy in others' success, and celebrate the success on the spiritual path, but not compete with anyone. That is going to make us fall in the trap of this competition, criticism, and then ultimately we will be envious of each other. So what is that fake renunciation here Srila Prabhupada mentioned? That people outside in today's world, like mainly in India, we see lot of people wearing saffron clothes, and wearing these robes like sannyasi. But after a few years, after a few decades, in the news comes the scandal of some Babaji, some scams he have done in the market. So in this Kali Yuga, these robes are being used for cheating purpose. So a devotee or a person should know how to identify a real sadhu and a fake sadhu. So there are signs of a sadhu. What are the signs that we will look into? And then once we identify who is a real sadhu, then we would be able to trust, because nowadays people trust all who are wearing saffron in India, and then they get into wrong guidance, and then they really don't understand what is the truth and what is the false. And then they, even after going through false examples, they get a right example, then they cannot believe on it, because they seem, oh, this can also be fake, or this can also be false. So first of all, the symbolic representation for sadhu comes internally and not first externally. Like we can see the one who, like we see many politicians, sitting on higher post, but they are not able to have the maturity of understanding of a lower ground, the person working on the ground. So it's not only the external things which can help us identify who is a sadhu. The sadhu internally is surrendered to Krishna, but outside we see people tell us to ask to surrender to me. Like here we recite the glories of the Lord, we hear the glories of the Lord, we praise the Lord, but in outside the fake sadhus will ask to praise themselves, or they will glorify themselves. I am this, I am that. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, we can see Poundrak, the example of Poundrak. He himself was showing himself as a Krishna, having a fake Sudarshan chakra, putting a crown like Krishna, and then wearing clothes like Krishna, playing fake flute, Poundrak. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we have an example. He was, exactly trying to copy Krishna, but he was not Krishna. So in this world, we can see there are many sadhus who will show that I am, sadhu, I am this, I have achieved this. And now we can see they do little bit of tapasya. So now the recent example would be of this, I forgot the word. In Prayagraj we had Kumbh Mela. So there came many sadhus and one went very viral, on news that, I am a sadhu who I have studied a lot. I have got the highest degree of our country and I am a sadhu now, because in spite having so much of degree, I have renounced myself. And he became so famous that now we see he was wearing a saffron, but now he is getting married to someone else. Because he was still attached to that fame. He wanted that fame, and that is why he came to Kumbh Mela and he got famous. So, and then internally, but he was still struggling with the lust, and that's why he got into wrong topics later on. So, this process of our spiritual journey is actually a journey inside and not more outside. For an example, if I see honey, I cannot just learn the chemistry or chemical reaction, how is honey made, and I cannot test it. I will just understand, oh, it is sweet. But I won't understand how actually the honey is. I need to test it, right? I need to lick it first. Similarly, this process of spiritual journey, we need to start being in the spiritual process given by our gurus, sadhu and shastra, and which starts with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. And then when we go through this process and when we actually start loving Krishna, then we will actually understand who is a sadhu, and then what is the spiritual, actually, what spiritual path I should go on. And when we, like as I said, we taste the honey, similarly, we will start having the taste towards Krishna. And then we won't cheat outside. A person, it is said, a person shows to other world to cheat because he really doesn't have it. For an example, I don't have money, but I want to cheat the world outside. So I will try to show off, I will try to show, oh, see, I have a lot of money. But wherein internally I know I don't have money. Similarly, a person might read lot of shlokas, might have lot of knowledge, but internally if he doesn't has the mood to serve Krishna, then that whatever intelligence he has is just an information. Because when an information is implemented in our life, that is called knowledge. So whatever intelligence we may have externally, we might read lot of shlokas, we might have everything, but internally, if we really don't have that mood, or if we really can't understand what here our gurus are trying to tell us, then that information is not going to help us to grow. It would be like empty. So we need to really understand what the mood of our guru is, what are we trying to do here. So few of the qualities would be like faith. So first we have to keep faith that yes, Krishna is there and I am going to try loving with the service, because he is Paramatma and I am Atma. So if we have this dasa dasanubhav, that is the servant of the servant mood, then we would be able to serve. But if I am proud, I am a, I am on a higher post, then I will say, oh, I am on this XYZ post, why should I clean the floor? But we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did Gundicha Marjan now. There is Jagannath Leelas going on. So we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself cleaned the floor. So a person who has this mood of service is far better than someone who is, trying to showcase his external attires. So it is said that a struggling devotee is far better than someone pretending as a successful devotee, So when we have a mood of, no doubt if I have some position, but if someone, has a mood of cleaning the floor, loving service towards Krishna, he is far more better than me, because he really has the mood to serve Krishna. And sometimes we feel, oh, he is doing, he is a pujari, he is doing this and that. But instead of doing it mechanically, if someone is doing, small seva of serving prasadam and he still has the mood of serving a devotee, he is still far better than my mechanical process of being a pujari. So we need to understand the mood behind why we are doing certain things. So that is actually working internally and not externally. Also, we can see the qualities of who is actually a true renouncer. Who is that? We can see from the example, like the one who does not seek for fame or recognition, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As I mentioned, he, being Lord himself, he was cleaning the floor. And then Srila Prabhupada also and also in the Shishtakshaka monthly in the morning, it is said that one who thinks himself lower than the straw in the street can chant the holy name constantly. So he is humble. He is he doesn't seek for any recognition. He doesn't want to be in the limelight. He'll be at the back. And then his cleanliness. His cleanliness is also so cleanliness only doesn't mean outward cleanliness, it means internal cleanliness. So internal cleanliness is purity of thoughts, then it can be his intention of doing why he is doing. So for an example, Shivji, he lives in the place where people are given, the last rituals, I would say like crematorium, we can say. He lives over there. But he is never considered impure because he is staying there. But he is considered the topmost Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is the Vaishnav, first Vaishnav, topmost Vaishnav, because he is constantly chanting the name of Lord Narayana. So here his external appearance of he staying in the crematorium doesn't matter, but his internal consciousness matters over here. Then he is honest. He is very honest. He doesn't pretend. He speaks the truth for benefit of others. He speaks for the benefit of serving, because he knows his real position is serving the Lord and the devotees. So he doesn't pretend. Like Haridas Thakur, when a prostitute came to disturb Haridas Thakur, he didn't hide his intentions. He honestly continued chanting. Otherwise, there was nobody to look and he could have enjoyed with prostitute. But he honestly told, no, wait, I will just complete my quota of Harinam and then I will do whatever you say. So he is honest. And then fourth, he is completely dependent on Krishna. So completely depend on Krishna means surrendering to Krishna. And surrendering to Krishna doesn't mean that by body I go and sit at the lotus feet of Lord, but surrendering to Krishna internally means, first of all, giving up my word here, my desires, my ego, my property, my asset, this my itself giving up is one of the surrenderance. Then serving Krishna as He tells us, like as He gives, as serving as our Guru told us, serving or following what our Guru has told us, not doing what I like. If I keep doing what I like, that means I am not surrendered. If I do what my Guru will like, that is surrenderance. So our spiritual process is of following. So here, if we follow what our Guru says, it's a surrenderance. So following means keeping my desires aside, keeping my willing aside. Oh, I am willing to do this. No, is my Guru asking me to do this? That is what we have to check all the time. I like to do this. Okay, that is one aspect, or can be up to a limit. We can say, okay, I like to do this seva. So doing that seva can motivate us to do other seva. Till that aspect it is okay. But all the time, I like to do this seva, so I am doing, is not what the surrenderance is. Because if I say I like this, that means I am attached to my likings, my desires, my willingness. So again, being surrendered is being attached to our Guru's instructions, to attach to the sadhu's association, and then we learn from there. And then we being attached to the Shastras. What are Shastras saying? What my Guru wants me to do? What the Shastra is saying I should do? And what the sadhus are telling me to do? Am I doing that? That is one of the surrenderance. So also we see in surrenderance, we can see Draupadi, she was crying for help. But initially she tried on her, strength, that if her husband can save her, then the Gurus can save. And then who all were sitting, can they save her? But nobody could. And then at the end, she, raised her hands and she said, Govinda. And then Krishna came and helped her. So are we really surrendering Krishna internally as well? And it shouldn't be mechanically just, oh Krishna, I surrender to you, but later on I do what I like or what I want to do. No. So this is the fourth, I think, example where we see what is the surrenderance actually, or being fully dependent on Krishna. And a sannyasi or a sadhu, he is completely dependent on Krishna. Another sign is his tolerance. He tolerates whatever situation comes. He adjusts. He shares whatever wisdom he has. So all these are the signs of a sadhu. And if one is still attached to his position, ego, lust, greed, then we definitely cannot go and say he is sadhu and he is not, but we will at least understand whom to follow and whom not to follow. So here I will conclude my because I will just conclude with small story. Nowadays, yesterday we knew, like at Govindev Prabhu's house, also there was Jagannath Snana Abhishek. So what is this Snana Abhishek and how did it start? So in India, on the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka, there was a very well a learned Brahmana whose name was Ganpati Bhatta, and he was reading scriptures, and while reading the scriptures, he understood that whoever takes the darshan of the Lord's once goes back home, back to Godhead, and he gets out of this miseryful world. So then he once decides to go to Jagannath Puri to have because in the Shastras it was mentioned that the Lord is in Jagannath Puri. So he feels that Ganpati is because he is a devotee of Ganpati. So he used to always chant Ganpati Deva Jai Shri Ganesha. So he feels that Ganesha is in Jagannath Puri, and if I have his darshan in Puri, I would be going back to Godhead. That is to Ganpati. I would be going. With this intention, he decides, okay, now let me go to Jagannath Puri, which is 10,000 kilometers. Now from Maharashtra, or from on the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka, he starts walking to Jagannath Puri, 10,000 kilometers. And when he walked for 10,000 kilometers, he was just about to reach the temple. He sees many devotees, people coming out of the temple, very happy, eating prasadam. And he had also read that, having darshans and eating prasadam can take me out of Kali Yuga. So he sees, oh, so many people are happy after eating prasadam. Then he asked the people over there, hey, why are you so happy? Are you just happy eating this prasadam? They say, no, we had the darshans of the Lord inside the temple. And then while coming out, we got this prasadam. So we are happy after taking the darshan. Then he said, okay, I have read this in the scripture. So let's go and take the darshans. Then he goes inside the temple and he sees Lord with, black color, with big eyes, round eyes. He's like, what kind of God he is? He is not my Ganpati. My Ganpati had ears. This God is just having two hands and nothing he is doing. But my Lord Ganpati had this, what we say? How do we say in English for the trump, like this, which Ganpati has. And he is not even having this. How is he my God? He is not my God. And then he comes back. He said this God he is not a God. And then he comes out and then he says, oh, I read this in the scripture. I came 10,000 kilometers walking. What's the use? It's all waste. Why am I, why did I come here walking 10,000 kilometers? And he gets frustrated and he starts walking away. Now, Jagannath ji understands this, he has put so much of, I being in the form of Ganpati. So then, at that night, Jagannath ji goes in the dream of king. And he tells the king that, there is one devotee of mine who has misunderstood my form, but he loves me a lot. And he wants to see me in Gajavesh, that is, having like Ganpati. So, whenever it's my birthday, the Snan Yatra, which was yesterday, after my Snan Yatra, you should put me in the Gaja form. In the form of Ganpati, you should dress me. And yes, you should do this after every my Snan Yatra. Now the king says, okay, I will do this, but how we will understand who is that devotee of yours whom you love so much? Then Jagannath ji says, you don't worry about this. When he comes, you will understand automatically. Then he says, okay. And next day is Snan Yatra. And then he goes, he tells the priest that, this is order of Jagannath ji, that he had come in my dream. And then the Brahmin says, okay, if it's Lord's wish, who can stop it? So they dressed him. At the same time, this person who had come 10,000 kilometers walking, he started to go back and he had went 10 kilometers ahead now, far from the temple. Now he goes and read the scriptures again, and in the scriptures then it is said, again he reads that sentence that once you take my darshan, you will go back home, back to Godhead. Then he thinks, why are these people coming out of temple? They should go back home directly, Why are they coming out? So there is something wrong, he says. But he still thinks, what's happening here? And then Jagannath ji in a form of a Brahmana comes out of the temple. And he goes to this person who is 10 kilometers away. And he tells, hey, where are you going? You came 10,000 kilometers walking. Then this person says, hey, I read the scriptures, I went to have darshans of the Lord, and this Lord is something else only. He is standing like this. He don't have legs, he don't have complete hands. He is just black in color with some round eyes. I don't know who is he. Then this Brahmana says, no, you go back again and have the darshans. Now Jagannath ji has come out and You go and have his darshans, and once you take the darshan and have little prasad, you will go back home, back to Godhead. Then he again says, no, I already went once in, it was completely black, black, black. Then he said, no. Then this Brahman says, no, maybe you have gone in darkness, and that's why you see the Lord completely black. You better go now. It's daytime. You go now and have his darshans. And you will find Ganpati Vesha, form in like Ganpati only. Then he says, no, but I saw he didn't have like Ganpati, but yes, I'll go once again. I'll give a try as I've come so far, and I'll see. And then that is the day yesterday where Jagannath Ji comes out, and is the same day wherein this person goes back. He has the darshans, and then Jagannath Ji is in the form of Gajavesh. He's put those dress, and he starts dancing in ecstasy. Oh my Lord, oh Ganpati, Ganpati Deva, Ganpati Deva. He stands this, but his mood was completely of having the darshans of the Lord. And he had faith in this, that if I have these darshans, I'll go back home, back to Godhead. And in this all ecstasy, he was dancing, and while dancing only, he leaves his body. And he goes back home, back to Godhead. So this is the sign wherein if we keep faith in our Guru Sadhu Shastra, then we also would be able to love, would be able to achieve the Krishna Prem which we are looking for. And yesterday, Snan Yatra finished, and Jagannath Ji was in a Gajavesh, and now he is sick for next 2 weeks. Then he's been taken to Gundicha. That is a Rath Yatra day. So there are still many of the pastimes really happening, but it first starts with our faith in God, and the faith will only develop when we have knowledge, but with the knowledge we need to have a mood as well. Like our teacher told us that we inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. We believed it, right? We didn't see oxygen, but still we believed it, and then we are experiencing it. Similarly, our Guru, the Shastras, the Sadhus, by their actions are showing that yes, Krishna Prem can be achieved, but first we need to have faith in this. Yes, Krishna Prem can be achieved, and then when we go in the process of achieving it, then we can experience it. And for that, the foremost, and from this shloka, we can say we have to be away from envy. If we are away from envy, we won't do any offenses towards devotees, because offenses are the hurdles in our spiritual life. So if we do offenses, then, and we have to be honest, and we really need to keep checking ourselves, like, why am I doing certain thing? Like, if I am doing some seva, why am I doing that seva? If I am going to temple, why am I going to temple? Is it to show just to Lord that I have come, or is it really to serve Him? Are we really serving to show the devotees, or are we really serving to please the Lord? Are we really, if someone has a post position, are we really using that post position to serve devotees and the Lord? Or is it to, boost my ego and just external attires? But if we pray for external attires, then we are definitely gonna be misguided. So this spiritual journey is an internal journey. So we all have to go internally first, and then externally the purity will definitely give the the results outside. And one aspect is surrendering to Krishna, and as we discussed, that surrendering doesn't only mean physically I being there or sitting here down now at the feet of Lord Nrsimhadev, but surrendering my ego, this my me mine, my me mine, and also surrendering my willingness, my desire, my wishes, my expectations, my attachment. It is said, karmanyavadikareshu ma phaleshu kadachana. Giving up the fruits also. If I do something, I shouldn't expect, this only I should get the result. So detaching from the fruits is also surrendering myself to Krishna. And when we are surrendered to Krishna, yes, then definitely we would be able to taste the Krishna Prema. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If any comments or questions or suggestions, we have 4-5 minutes, I believe, before we go for breakfast. Okay, if no, then yes, we all can go for prasadam. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.